Market update here on the 10th. So on Friday, I haven't done a video in a couple days. On Friday, we finished pretty much flat. Not that much happened. We did bounce early in the day up here into this 1 hour supply zone right here. You can see pretty easily. We have a gap up here at 378. On the daily, if you look at the 20 and the 50-day moving averages, it's above both of those right now. 20 has crossed the 50 though, so that is something to watch. And let's go into the waves now. So previous videos I talked about potentially getting something like ABC down here, so basically WXY down here, which is still possible, but I don't think it's likely because both of these are corrective. So we got corrective move, and so the most obvious way that I'm looking at this and the most obvious move, considering we're above both the 20 and the 50 on the daily, and we got two corrective moves, is to hit the 1.61 fib early in the week, which is around 378.44. That would complete this overall move right here. Fill the gap at 378. And if that happens, then I'd be bearish, because then this would more than likely be 5 waves. It doesn't have to be. It could also be, the one thing I don't like about it is this right here. It could be 5 waves down here. This does hit the 1.61 fib. Fourth wave does not cross into the first wave. So it does look like it could be 5 waves. So if we hit 378, that's about a retracement to about the 0.78 fib exactly. And so I'd be looking at that as a second wave. If we somehow sell off early in the week, then I would keep the potential WXY open, because this could also be ABC like that. So if it comes down here to 364 to 367 early in the week, then I'd be going long into this demand zone. I'd be going long, because then this whole thing would be like that to me. So up here to 378, it's a short. Down here, it's a long. But if we come up here at 378, it's a short. If we zoom out here, then I'm looking at this to go all the way down to, let's just use, I'm looking for this to go all the way down to probably looking at something around 347, potentially all the way down to 334. And remember there's a gap fill here at 332. So yeah, it really depends on what happens early in the week. I think it's probably, I would say 80-90% likely that we come up here to 378 and then fall off a cliff, rather than come down here to 367, and based on all the charts I've looked at as well. So that's QQQ. Let's go over SPY now. SPY looks like 5 waves. Potentially, it doesn't really look like ABC to me, so I'm going to get rid of this. It looks like 5 waves. So if you're long, then you have to watch this wave right here. This looks like ABC as well. It's pretty obvious. Same thing as QQQ. There's a gap fill up here at 449. I'm just looking for 449.79 on an ABC move here. And this one looks a lot more correct. Like there's no other way of interpreting it. I don't see this as an ABC move, so this is the most likely scenario. And then I'd be looking for 436 bounce. I think my target is around 426, but there is a gap fill at 421. So this might go all the way to 421. The 1.61 fib is at 416. Invalidation is at 415. Demand zone is at 421 to 415. So this looks like the most likely scenario overall. 5 waves. This would probably go into like October, but 5 waves down here to 421. Is there any way that that can be invalidated? Well, yeah, invalidation. Obviously, if it goes above 453, that's invalidation. There is a gap above that. If it were to drop early in the week, then that could be a 5th wave, because this is kind of iffy right here. This could be a 3rd wave ending right here, 4th wave and 5th wave lower. So, but yeah, basically same thing as QQQ. Look for the gap fill early in the week. Tesla. So Tesla, let's go to the daily again. Just look at where we're at. 20 and 50-day moving averages. It just hit the 50, and it's a resistance right now. It's above the 20. My thoughts on this are that if we come down early in the week, which looks pretty likely to me, I think this is likely a C wave. I'd be looking for the 20-day moving average around 238, 239. There's a demand zone around here. But then after that, this one kind of defies the movement of QQQ and SPY, what I see on that. Because I still think we have to come up here to 290. So I don't know what's going to be announced or what would cause that, but 290 is about 15% away. So maybe a quick spike up here over the next couple of weeks like I talked about. This does not look like it should break down anytime soon. So 239, 236. If it were to break down, it would be going a lot lower. There are some gap fills down here, but right now at this point, this is the most likely scenario up here to 290. And then I would be looking for another move lower. But we'll have to watch it and just see. It just looks very corrective to me, and everything looks good to go. This looks like an ABC move as well. I don't think this is a 5th wave, but I guess it could be an ending diagonal. So overall, look for down here and then up. Amazon. Same scenario as the rest of them. I'm looking for about 142 to complete an overall ABC move, and then pretty much just play out like this over the next month or so. Probably something down here to like 126 to 130. That would be the overall ABC move. That would be the 4th wave. And then, of course, we have the 5th wave ending up here at 163. So Amazon might be one of the best to go long on over the next month or so. Microsoft, this is either going to be a B wave right here, or what I think is potentially we're getting a WXY move. So this is going to end up being something like this, and then this is the 1st wave, 2nd wave, and then this is going to go like that. 5 waves up here to 346. remember that the 1.61 fib is at 346. So Microsoft looks good to go. It is on the daily. It's above both 50 and the 20. It looks good to go. It is at the top of the range here on the Bollinger Bands, but I think that even if it dropped a little bit lower early in the week, should see 346 before it drops down. But we'll see if it turns into being a B wave here and coming down here to, let's see if I zoom in here. If this ends up being a B wave and it comes back down here to like this area right here, then I would still want to go long from there because that would be an ABC move, and I'd be looking for the 346 after that. So I think Microsoft looks pretty good here. We'll see what happens early in the week. Apple. Apple's kind of tricky. This right here is just a 5-wave move. If you look at using my way I figured this out, looks like 5 waves to me. 1, 2, 3. The third wave ends right there. We pull back and we get another move higher. So it looks like 5 waves to me. But then the thing is, are we going to come all the way up here to to 192? If that's the case, then I would consider this whole move to be kind of similar to what I'm saying on Tesla. ABC move like that. If that's not the case, if this is a corrective move right here, which it very well could be because QQQ is corrective in my opinion, then we're looking at this as probably a first wave down, and this would be overall minimum though. Here early in the week, I'm looking for this to hit this demand zone starting at 181.53, potentially all the way up here to 187. The 1.61 fib is sitting at 184.43. So you can see everything is aligning upward for early in the week, and I'm expecting a sell-off though, probably if not this week, then next week for sure. Tesla, you know, 290 is kind of far up there. I don't know how it's going to get there this quickly, and maybe it doesn't get there. Maybe it only goes to like 275. Maybe it only goes to the 1.23 fib or something like that. But the structure looks like it's going to be ABC higher. Let's go over Meta real quick, and I'll call it good. Meta, pretty bearish on Meta. It is sitting below the 50, above the 20. The 20 just crossed the 50, and I don't think the 20 is going to come back and cross the 50 anytime soon. This just looks like a ABC move to me. And there is a small gap here at 265. That's kind of my aim for this move. I think early in the week, the same thing as the rest of the stocks, this can go up higher. You can see here, this looks pretty, this could be finished and it could go down lower, I guess, as well. If that's the case, that'd be pretty bearish because we could see 282 right away early in the week. But this again looks pretty corrective to me. I wouldn't be surprised if we see something like this early in the week and then fall. So this could be the first wave down of the overall C wave. And again, I'm expecting this to make 5 waves down here to 265. We zoom out here though. Again, that's just going to be the overall 4th wave. And there's another gap up here at 361. So Amazon is very similar to Meta in their gaps. Apple has 4 gaps up here as well. Microsoft filled the gap on Friday. I don't think it has any more gaps up here. Yeah, it does up here at 348. And then Tesla obviously at 290. So regardless, basically the point of this video is to show you that I'm bullish early in the week. There's gaps way higher, and even if we do fall over the next month, it's still going to be by the dip for the time being. So one more thing, let's look at VIX. Another reason why I'm bullish early in the week is the VIX. And I normally don't even look at this, but someone mentioned it, and I was like, I'm going to take a look and see what. We have a gap down here on the VIX. The VIX has a gap at 1309. Another reason to be bullish right there. So, and then you also look at the structure of the VIX. And what do we have here? It looks like to me this is probably an ABC move. So I'm looking for early in the week, the VIX more than likely to come down here and fill the gap. The 1.61 fib is at, it's a little bit past the 1.61 fib. This could turn into being a 5-wave move too. If it's a 5-wave move, we'd look at it like this. Probably come down here even farther than that. But the main point of that, I mean, the VIX technical analysis is kind of hard to take seriously, but this gap down here with the gaps higher on all these charts tells me that the most likely move is higher early in the week, and the VIX should be falling. So one more thing, look at the dollar real quick. The dollar has been trucking higher. So dollar obviously really bullish right now. 20 across the 50. But I think that this could potentially come back down here a little lower early in the week, and then probably go higher after that. And at this point, for how high it's gone, let's see, the first wave. We're probably going to look at something between 106 and 109, depending on how far they want to take it. I've said this in previous videos. It's an expanded flat. So expanded flat, we can go 107, could potentially go all up here to 109. There is a supply zone at 110. So I am expecting, after this move finishes to the upside, I'm expecting a pretty explosive move down. So you want to be ready for that for sure, because it might end up being similar to March, where the VIX just keeps on rising. After we fill this gap, it just keeps on rising and rising and rising, and we get a quick sell-off over a couple of week period. So that's pretty much it. I'll leave the timestamps in the description. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Are you bullish, bearish going into this week? Let me know if you have any tickers you want to be looked at, and I will talk to you during the week. Good luck trading.